Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry for that. Let's look at our next topic. We are on lecture 4 or week 4. So today we will be talking about expressions and statements. We have GPA calculator in there, disk calculator, operator summary, statement summary, comments and indentation. Then we have selection statements, if, switch. So let's get right into it. These are the ones or the programs we've already built, or the lessons we've already gone through. So let's continue and let's get some few definitions out of the way. So when we say expressions, they are a piece of code that produces a value. So basically 5 plus 3 is assigned to 8 or is equal to 8. That is an expression. Or we can say x multiplied by 2 and then we assign x to a value. That is an expression. So we can basically say integer a, then we assign it to 5, we end the line. That is an expression. Now a statement we can say is a group of expression, like basically, but in actual terms it's a complete instruction that performs an action. So basically this is an expression, this alone is an expression, this alone is an expression. But when it is combined or it is given as a full code, it becomes a statement. So integer a assigned to 5, integer end b assigned to a, which this is basically referencing, then C out B end line. This whole thing here is what we call a statement. Yes. So this is a complete instruction that performs an action, gives you an output of B. Good. So let's do something. So I think that's it for expressions and statements. We've used this right here to explain expression and statements. So let's move to a disk calculator. Normal calculators we know are for normal calculation, 3 plus 2, but we can code a simple calculator, a simple disk calculator for simple math. So let's get right into it. So we are starting with the disk calculator. For the expressions and statements, I use these to describe it. And so with the disk calculator, let's give integer, sorry for that guys, integer. We've used a lot of the alphabet, so let's use n. Yes, integer n. Let's assign it a value, maybe 13 is not bad. Give a comma here, then sorry for that guys, and then we assign this maybe an m, or we declare an m. Let's space it out. um any number at all. We can say 14. Sorry for that, guys. We can say 14, and then we end the line basically. So let's try to, this is a simple calculator, not a full calculator, so let's try to see out let me see some that's basically n plus m n plus m, yeah, and then yeah, let's end the line. That's it. Since it's a calculator, let's add another operator to it to make it look good. Maybe multiplication, that's short form for multiplication. And then let's n we end the line. So yes, let's try to build it and see if we have any errors. Yes, we have an error. We have an error. We have an error. We have an error here. We have an error here. Let's try to build it again. Okay, now this is a build function, so let's run it so we can see our value here. When we sum it, we have 27. When we multiply it, this is our answer, 1182. So let's move to the GPA calculator, I think. So yes, that's all for the sum. That's all for the simple disk calculator. Yes, so you can, this is addition, this is multiplication. You know, if you are ready to do more, you can, you know, that's when we actually build a full calculator. But this is it for now, and then let's move to the operator summary. Now when we talk of operator summary, basically the operations we use for calculation, we have addition, we have subtraction, multiplication, division. Yes, and then when you see this here, this is an equal to sign, but here it is assigning. We have assigned 13, so that is the assignment sign here, encoding 13, and we have assigned 13 to n here, 14 to m here, so that's what it means here. And then we have this one, which is actually equal to, it checks equality. So let's put it in the code and see what happens. But then when we say operator summary, we basically mean the addition, the subtraction, then it includes the assigning, and then checking the equality, which is basically equal to. Let's try something on that. So integer j, sorry, integer j, we assign it to let's say 30 divided by 2. Let's end the line. let's end the line, and then let's try and see. Boolean is underscore equal. It's underscore equal, we assign it so here we say J is, so like we said earlier, this sign right here is to check the equality, or basically is equal to 30 divided by 2 is 15, so it's equal to 15. Like, is it true? Since we are using Boolean, that should tell you, let's end the line before we forget. Since we are using Boolean, that should tell you we want to check the validity. If 30 is divided by 2, is it equal to 15? We are checking if it's true or false. So let's debug it and let's build it to see if we have any errors. Okay, we have a warning on line 42. Unused variable. Yeah, we didn't use the variable, so all right, let's sorry guys, let's see it out. I don't think we will see it out. Let's try something here. Yes. Now let's build it again and see what happens. Okay. Let's see it out then to see if we can see out let's see out in the line. Now let's see if we still have a warning. No, we don't. So let's see. Yes, so it's true. Yeah, we see 1 there. 1 means true, 0 means false when it comes to programming. So yes, that's basically, yes, the operator summary. And I wanted us to see the functions of this right here, which is the equality sign. Yes, and then the assignment sign, what they actually do, their functions, and how they work in the code. So we are moving to the next one, which is which is statement summary. Yes, statement summary. Okay, so statement summary basically, yes, declaration for the statements. Yes, so this here is a statement, this here is a statement, because at the end of the day they perform an action. Yes, so this is performing a division, and we are checking if, okay, with the division we are saying the answer will be 15, so we are checking if indeed it will be 15. We see it out, and then it actually tells us if it will be 15 or not. So that is a statement. Yes, so basically, yes, this also indicates a statement. So let's move to comments and indentation. Comments are basically notes for humans. Sometimes when you take a code and like a plain human being without knowledge can take a code and basically will be confused by seeing this we have on the screen, right? So comments make you understand some of these codes. So let me give an example. We have two types. We have one with a single line and we have the other with a multiple line, but the single line is commonly used. So let me give you an example right here. And yes, it doesn't affect the code, it does not affect the execution, it doesn't affect anything, the assignment, nothing. It's just there for humans to read and understand. Yes, so let's give an example that okay, so there's division, simple as that. And then we can basically see checking if 15 sorry guys 15 is true, sorry guys true or false. Yes, so these are comments. When someone takes the code and then sees something like this, the person might be confused, doesn't know what is going on. But when the person sees this, that oh, division, okay, checking if 15 is true or false, it gives the person like a clear path to the code. Even you yourself, sometimes you code something and you might forget, so these comments make you remember what you've written. And we can basically say printing it out or showing the answer. Yes, so that's all for comments. Yes, and then indentations basically makes code readable. It has no effect on the execution either. Yes, so this is basically it for comments and then indentation. Then so let's move to the very last thing we will look at today, and then we will end it. That's the selection statements. Selection statements for if. So they are basically if statements, let me put it that way. They are basically, or they basically run, they are codes that run only if a condition is true. So we can basically say this is an example, but let's give it another example and see. You can say integer I think we have age, we declared age there, so we can say age 2. Let's assign it a value 18. Yes, integer age 2 18. Let's end the line, and then we can say if bring our brackets, age is, sorry for that guys, age is greater than or equal to 18, equal to 18. Let's end the line. Let's see out. So we are basically saying if we are basically saying if age 2, since we used age we used age as a variable there, we can't repeat it. So we are saying if age 2, that's the only reason why there is 2 attached to it. So if age 2 is 18, we declared the age integer 18. So we are saying if your age is greater than or equal to 18, then let's see out you are an adult. Let's see out you are an adult. So you see, this statement is true. This statement is true. Therefore, we can use the if statement here. And the line, since that's the requirement or that's the condition, only runs code, or it runs code only if a condition is true. Okay, let's build our code and see if we have any errors. Okay, we don't have any errors. Please don't mistake this for an error. It's one of the previous codes we ran, and it's not here. It's line 11. We've passed that. So here you go. We don't have any errors. Yeah, this one, and it's not from this code. 0 minutes 1 second. So basically it's a perfect code. Let's run it. Exactly. So since the condition was true, or the statement was true, you can see it here. The if statement was used, and used properly. Yes. So basically I'll say that's a wrap for now. Let's meet another time. If there are any questions, you can put them in the comment section, and I would attend to them. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.